some 3D video today. How's that? What's going on today in the world of 3D? Or not 3D, 360. Not much of anything. We're going to put you, I want to put you to where you can see something here. I don't want you just using a 3D camera that you can't see 3D on. Now that would be foolish now, wouldn't it? Well, this is just a humdinger here. I'll put you over here. How's that? There. All right. So what I had done was I put all this stuff on charge overnight because I don't use it enough to where it actually gets a full charge, if you know what I mean. So to put it on charge every now and then, it's a good idea just to make sure that it's there. Yeah. Because when I use this, again, I've said it before, the only time I use this system in my go bag is when we go and I have a meeting and I have to do a training video or something, or I have to, well, that's not working. That's because I went the wrong way. Or I have to put some programs on SD cards for the guys, which isn't working because the guys are not used to certain things. And I can kind of understand, but you know, it's not like they have a lot to do here. You know, what I wanted to happen was I had the squad buy 8 16 gigabyte or 32 gigabyte, I don't remember now, probably 16 or so, thumb drives, and they're all the same. They're all those gorilla, they call them gorillas because they're a heavy rubber. They snap together, they're waterproof, you know, stuff like that. So what happened was oh, this don't go there, this goes over. Where does this one go? Over here. All right. So meanwhile, the squad bought those and paid for them because they were basically all the same, and that's what I wanted. Then in return, I went out and I bought 8 more of the same one. And the reasoning behind it was they bring their thumb drive with them to the meeting once a month. You throw it in your pocket like you throw your keys or your wallet. And if there was any updates that I have to give you, I can just dump them onto the thumb drive. And, you know, I give you the new one, and I take your old one. You know. And that's all there is to it. And then if there's anything on that drive that you want to keep, you drop it onto your computer. So that was one of the reasons behind it. However, yeah, there's a however. However, that doesn't happen. First time I gave them out. 2 days later, I said, bring your drives with you. One of the guys says, I can't find it. I lost it. All right, I'll pick up another one. Well, he does pick up another one. He picks up a little piece of shit, cheap-ass piece. Well, I don't want a piece of shit, cheap-ass piece. I bought them all the same for a reason. You know, and that reason was justified, and that's the way I want it. You know, so now we're going to have one odd one, and I'm going to give you one of my personal ones that I paid for in return for one of these cheap pieces that you paid, you know, $2 for, and I paid $20. You know what I mean? So, you know, I said, okay, I can see right off the bat that this is not going to work. That's all there is to it. So, well, let me go out and return and buy a banger here, a hub. So I can take whatever one you have, plug it in, and I can do what I got to do there, which makes the meetings last longer. I don't care. That's the way you want to do it. All right? I'm only trying to save you time and make life easy. They still forget to bring them. So you know what? They're set in their way. Now the way they want to do it is a lot easier for me. However, down the line there's going to be problems because, where did I put the speaker? Oh, I didn't put it anywhere yet. Okay. Speaker. Where's the speaker go? Where? I think I keep it in here. Yep, I keep it in here with this. So at that point, eventually there's going to be a problem. And then everybody's going to say, well, where, or what, or how, or who. You know, well, why didn't you listen? I mean, this is a simple procedure here, guys. You know? So, but meanwhile, that's what's kind of going on there. All right, I gotta put this tripod back in there, so if I don't, I'll forget it, and if I forget it, I won't have it, and if I won't be able to do training without it, because this is what I use to hold the projector. Okay. All right, so now that's in there, that's in there. Everything is in there. Right.
And Joan, number 42, 6th Green Road on the spill, just PD. Did you want on the spill, 42, 6th Green Road, it's just a PD with an alarm ringing.
Well, that's the first time I actually said that. I was just going to say, you know, they call you out for a still. Well, for those who've been there a long time, may have an idea what that is. But that could be a number of things. I mean, it could be wires down, a pole down, a person down. I mean, you know, it can be anything that would be miscellaneous that they haven't got something for, a code for. You follow me? So, usually, well, I don't want to say usually because it usually doesn't happen. They call a still and they'll say wires down. You know what I mean? Well, okay, that's fine. Now we know. Otherwise, you got everybody going out there trying to figure out what are they going out to. So it's kind of screwy at times. You know, not unless I'm missing something. I have no idea. I may be. I may very well be. So, all right, guys, I just moved you. So that's where we're at. What time is it? And what's today? Oh, I didn't do any of that today now, did I? Well, today is Friday. It's October 26, 2018, and it is 14:51 right now up here in the northeast corner of the United States. And that's where I'm at. I've been out here for some time. Not a while. I got out here late today. For some reason, I fell asleep on the couch, and, you know, I was just kind of like sleeping. I wake up, and, you know, it's like 11 o'clock. I go, whoa, okay, you know. Well, that's fine. It's not like I had to be anywhere. So I said, this is great. And then Tom, a friend of mine that I have coffee with, who used to be the commander with the flotilla, you know, he had mentioned the other day, if I wanted him to come over and help me with anything, you know, he'd be more than happy to come over and help. And I appreciate that. The problem being is he's 71 years old as well. So, you know, now we got two old timers out there trying to do something. You know, and sometimes, you know, we get in one another's way. And that aggravates me, to believe it or not, because if I'm ready to do something and I'm doing it, you know, I want to be able to do it and turn around and do what I got to do and get, you know, not turn around and walk around somebody or wait for somebody. You understand what I'm saying? Not that I'm impatient, but I know what I'm capable of doing and the time that I have to do it in before my back starts acting up. Now, I could be standing out there doing something, or you're standing out there dodging something, and it's still the same amount of time, and my back's still going to act up. You know, it's not one of those things to where if I'm doing light work versus doing heavy work, you know, heavy meaning my back would act up quicker. It doesn't work that way. You know, it really doesn't. You know, I've got about a good 4 hours of 100% or 110%. You know, I can probably keep up with any of you guys out there within that 4 hours. as long as I don't have to run. Uh, yeah, but you know what I'm saying, your normal work, roofing, siding, whatever, splitting wood, even with an axe. I mean, it doesn't make a difference, painting, whatever, again, as long as I'm not jogging, and I have to do a lot of running, I can keep up with just about anybody out there for about 4 hours, or if I'm just standing out there in the backyard and just walking around in the yard, 4 hours, that's about it. Doesn't make a difference. 4 hours, 4 hours. So by having somebody, even my wife, I'll tell her sometimes just go in the house. Well, what of it? I understand that, babe. And she's trying to help, and I understand that. But sometimes it's better just do what you want to do. Go in the house, read a book, watch TV. You do, if you want to do yard work, do whatever it is you want to do other than helping me, because you're just going to slow me down. And then I'm going to start yelling, And that's what happens, because I do start to get ornery after a while. Because the time is short, the time is coming up, and, I want to get it done. So I don't have time to sit there and explain, or tell you every move. By the time I explain it to you, I can do it, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm sure all you guys know what I'm talking about. That's my second cup of coffee today. So meanwhile, Tom wanted to come over. He said, I can help you split wood. He says, I can't do anything heavy lifting. He says, but I can bend and things like that. Well, that's fine. But if you can't lift anything to put it on the wood splitter, how are you going to split it? And if I'm splitting it, I'm only going to throw it into the bucket on the tractor, which is going to be parked right next to the splitter. So I can throw that into the bucket in the tractor. I can drive the tractor into the shed and dump the bucket. So again, I don't need you. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to say that in a bad way. I'm just saying that's the way it is. Yeah. Now I did ask him, and he was going to come over, and I said, forget about it, because it's just a little too cold out there this morning. It was cold. It's still not bad, but I've kind of acclimated to the day. But I mentioned to him yesterday in a text that it'd be good maybe to have him come over, and he can sit in the passenger side of the van and read to me the where to on the wires on the auto start and the alarm. This way I'm not always stopping and looking and stopping and looking. He can say, okay, you got to take your red and red-white wire, and you got to connect it to a constant hot. All right, okay, well, I'm under there, so now I do that. All right, now we're done with that one. Well, okay, now take your pink wire. You know what I mean? So this would have been nice. But again, this morning it was just too chilly, and as the time goes on, it's going to take a little too much time to do it, like start now, for instance, because it's going to take 3-4 hours for me to do it, where it would take a professional, somebody that does it all the time, half an hour, because they know all the wires are run, so they don't have to run any wires. They don't have to hook up the horn or the siren. All they have to do is get under the dash and hook up a dozen wires. And if they've done it all the time for their life, they're going to know exactly what wires they're dealing with, and they'd be done in a half an hour's time. So because all the time-wise labor time is done, because I've already done it all. So, but basically that's where we're at. So here's a 3D camera. Excuse me. Someday I got to try to do something with that green screen I have up there, and I'm sure you guys can see it. I'm walking you around with this 3D camera, but you can see. But up on top there, I'm going to put you down here for now. Up on top, I got that green screen, and I still haven't done anything with it. I think I did that one test real quick just to see what it did or didn't do, and then after that, that was it. So other than that, nothing accomplished. So that's kind of where I'm at. So that's about it. So it's coming up on 1500. So I'm probably just going to say I'm going to go in now. I've been out here for 3 hours, 4 hours. I've been to the gas station. I've been on a call. I've been out and about. It's going to be here. You're going to see it. It's going to be a lengthy video. You can watch it or not. Again, you know, I apologize for these long videos. For those of you who just want something to watch, there it is. Again, a lot of them, you know, I'm figuring on that you know, the kids and things watch them that are out of state. And if they watch them, they'll text me. They don't get on the internet. They don't get on YouTube. You know, I says, are you on YouTube? Well, we go on and watch a video, or we do this or we do that occasionally, but we don't sign in. We're not signed up. We don't have an account. You know, we use Facebook for everything. Well, okay. Well, I don't use Facebook. I mean, I have it, but, you know, it's just so much crap going on Facebook. I just don't deal with Facebook. All right, guys, I'm going to head in.